Happy New Year! Okay, it's time to get rid of that hangover. It's a new year. Get that new career.
Welcome to the Licensed to Live show, where professionals, doctors, champions, VIPs, attorneys, and those in public office discover strategies that help you restart and gain what is lost when you find yourself accused. If another has doubted your integrity, questioned your credentials, or caused your actions to come under scrutiny, you are in the right place. On the other hand, if you have never felt the knot in the pit of your stomach when legal papers are served, the heartbreak of disappointing your family when the lock clicks shut on handcuffs, or had to appear before a board of review, then be aware, the longer you serve, the more likely you are to find yourself under the microscope of those who judge. Prepare yourself for this uncomfortable possibility. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jarrett Patton.
Welcome to this episode of Licensed to Live. My name is Dr. Jarrett Patton, and I'm your host for our journey together today and every day you choose to listen to this show. If you or anyone you know has been dissed, please invite them to join us along this journey. Just go to your favorite podcast player and hit subscribe. Today is the dawn of a new day. If you listen to this podcast recently, it is a dawn of a new year. In fact, we are in a new year. It's 2023 now. And hey, it's time to make some changes. Everything may not have worked out the way you wanted it to in 2022. It's time to stop trying to force yourself through the closed doors and walk through the open doors. And in this episode, we're going to have 3 steps for a new year and new career. We'll be back right after these messages.
Something smells good. EH3 coffee. EH3 coffee. Premium organic. Nothing better than waking up. EH3 in your cup. Premium organic. EH3 coffee. Nothing better than in the middle of your day. EH3 coffee. Premium organic. EH3 coffee.
Hey, this is Dr. Jarrett Patton. Do you need more positivity in your life? No matter what part of your life you want to transform, positive affirmations can help you achieve your goals. But sometimes making permanent changes can be difficult. Designed with you in mind, Licensed to Live. Daily affirmations to rebuild your life will inspire and equip you to become the best version of yourself. Licensed to Live. Daily affirmations to rebuild your life will set you on the path to changing your mindset, beliefs, speech, and ultimately your actions. You can change your life now by getting your copy at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your finer book retails, or licensedtolive.com. That's licensedtolive.com.
This is Super Bowl champion Mike Logan, and you are listening to Licensed to Live.
All right. I have a question for you guys out there, and hit me up on Twitter at Dr. Jarrett with this one, because this is going to only be good for Twitter. Anything else would be a little bit crazy and try to make it difficult. But I want to know, okay, how long do you say Happy New Year? I mean, do you ride it out, the 1st and 2nd, and okay, that's it. The parties are over. Let's get back to business. Are you one of those, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a second week of January, you kind of like, all right, yeah, Happy New Year. Haven't seen you in a while. Or are you one of those people that you're Happy New Year in until middle of February and you're like, oh, Happy New Year and Valentine's Day. So hit me up on Twitter, use the hashtag Licensed to Live, and just say, hey, Dr. Jarrett, I say Happy New Year until whenever. the cows come home. I don't care. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little short on it myself because I don't give it more than a week. But when someone gives me that salutation, maybe 2 weeks down the road, yeah, well, hey, have a happy new year. Hopefully it's successful. I'll join in the fun, but I tend to break it off. In fact, by the time you hear this episode, I might already be stopped saying Happy New Year. But I'll say it one more time on this episode. Happy New Year. So something to look forward to this year is License to Live 2023. Save the dates. January. See, I'm stuck in January. It's really in July 13th, 14th, 15th, Philadelphia, the Bellevue Hotel. We're doing it again. Get ready to be there. Make sure you're getting your EH3 coffee. Use the code Dr. Jarrett, and we will get you here. And a lot of you guys have been asking, where have I been? Where will I be? It's been one heck of a 2022 where I should look at my frequent flyer account. I don't know how many tens of thousands of miles I flew all around, mainly just the country, doing all types of stuff. But I have a couple other events coming up. I'll be, of course, in the Philadelphia area. I'll be headlining CannaFest. We'll have a great presentation ready for that crew. So I hope they're going to be up. We'll be at Podcast Movement again, working on getting right on into the American Academy of Pediatrics. So there's going to be a lot of things on the list. So just pay attention on social media, because what some of you guys know is that when I come to your town, if I know you, if we've met online, in real life or otherwise, I'm going to be knocking at your door. I may be, hey, I happen to be in Dallas. What's going on? Or I'm in Los Angeles. Hey, what's up? Or, hey, Hotlanta, I'm back. So, hey, never know when I'm going to hit you up, and we'll just have a little lunch, a little gathering, and have some fun. So stay tuned. So what are you guys going to do in order to put yourself on a new year with a new career? Because I know I have been at these job fairs lately. There are tons of people looking for jobs right now. Well, mainly because you're unhappy. And so what do you do? Because, most people need to work. Most people need to make a little bit of money. And you don't want to uproot and change everything all at once. So my number one tip for you guys now is make your current job better. My job sucks, Dr. Jarrett. What am I supposed to do? Well, yeah, it might. And so that's a clear sign that you need to leave, and a clear sign that you need to get going. But there are some things that you can do to make your life better in your current job and make that current job better. And honestly, let's look at it. You can sit here and make something better for yourself by, maybe not even being there. So many of you fire starters out there, I talk to you on the strategy sessions. I see what you're doing out there. You do not take enough vacation. Take time for yourself. Your commitment to your institution is so strong that you don't even want to take a break from it. So the simplest thing you can do to make your job better right now is to take a break. And if you can take a 1 week break, that's great. But I'm going to challenge you to take a 2-week break. And this will give you a real chance to reset. And when I say break, I mean break. I know the people that listen to this show are all a bunch of important VIPs. And yes, you have lots to do. You have lots of responsibility. And at the same time, you know what? They're going to have to live without you. Hey, something could happen suddenly that's going to change your life forever. It could change your job forever. And People will have to figure it out. Do not put so much importance on what you do that you don't take a break, folks. Please, fire starters, please take a break if you're due for one. Many of you are overdue. And I know it's hard to just say that coming off the holidays because you might have taken a day here or there, but take a long break. If you can take 2 weeks or more, even better. I will tell you, your life changes at that point. All of a sudden, things don't seem as urgent anymore. Things don't seem as drab anymore. And it can be simple as taking a clean break for 1 or 2 or more weeks and just say, I'm out of here. And literally be out of here, not trying to ease back into those emails, not trying to, give a call to see how things are going. Just make that clean break. Give yourself the time and space to get better. Well, okay, so besides getting away from the job, what else can you do to make your current job better? Well, you can make your current job better by doing what I like to call a redistribution. Especially if you've been in a place for a long time, people tend to look at things that they've always done from the very beginning and continue to do them. And you just add more and more things on as you become more and more proficient and efficient at your job. And what happens with that? Then you get overloaded. Then you need to take a break, but you feel like you can't take a break because you'll be so far behind when you come back. Who cares if you're going to be behind when you come back? Take the break. That goes back to point number 1 about making your job better. But point number 2 about making your job better is redistribute these things on your task list. You get some help if you need to. Ask for the help that you need. So if there are additional resources that could make your job better, if there are additional personnel that maybe could do some of the things on your task list for you that would be better, so you can keep your focus on the things that you were truly hired to do, that is good. So take some time to do a redistribution. And there's going to be some things that are going to be on the naughty list, some things on the nice list. And you just make a choice on some of these things where you can perceive them going somewhere else in a different direction to have somebody else do these in another fashion, because it's all too common as you're working your way up, you're getting more experience, and that you're still doing stuff that is so basic and adds no value to your job. It doesn't add value to a lot of things in your life. And in fact, this could be given to someone else that could do it just as well or even better. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, folks, and add to their job so that their job is better. So you may get rid of something on this redistribution list that you don't like or you don't want to do anymore, and it can actually enhance someone else's job. So you can spread the love. So you're making multiple people's jobs better. So first of all, folks, find a way to make your job better. My second overall tip is going to be about building yourself up for the breakup. One way or another, whether you plan for it or you don't, you will have a breakup with your current employer. I mean, I was one that when I started a job, I wanted to see it till the very end, or at least my very end. I am going to be loyal. I am going to jump on there. I am going to talk about these things, and I will be ready to continue to do that for the next 20, 30, 40 years of my life. That is how serious I would take the jobs that I took back in hospitals and administration and things like that, because that's how strongly I felt. I had that very strong alliance. But it was amazing when all of a sudden something changed and I was expendable. I was dispensable. And you know what? I thought all these things would fall apart. And well, there were some Band-Aids, some Scotch tape. They kept that thing rolling, even in my absence. And so I want you guys to be ready for the breakup, because one way or another, it's going to happen. One way, it needs to happen for you right now. Another way it may happen to you based on budget cuts, based on personnel differences, so on and so forth. So be prepared for this. And so the way you build yourself up for the breakup is to build your own brand. This is something we come back to on this show quite often, because you need to build your own brand. You need to build yourself so that you are different, so that somebody can't look at a spreadsheet and say, oh yeah, well, we lost one over here. We can put a one over here, and one is one, and they're all the same. Doesn't matter. Just fill that hole and let's move on. And we know the value you bring is based on your experiences. It's based on what you do for a living. And it's something that makes your job unique to you. But in a boardroom, it's not viewed that way. In a boardroom, it may just get tossed right out on that spreadsheet. And they said, well, 15 people are losing their jobs today. Pick the 15 in these sectors. And then they just start picking, and there's no names attached. And well, that's how the breakup happens to you. So if you are building your brand, which takes a little time to do something different, you may want to write a book like me. And in fact, the book that I'm currently working on with a co-author is just amazing. I mean, it's coming together so well, and I can't wait to really tell you about it. But it's all about the VIP lifestyle and living a VIP life and doing it in a way that is unapologetic. So I can't wait to bring this up. This will come out to you guys later this year. But it's been a pure joy working on this book project from the beginning to anything. So that may be something new. You may want to start a podcast. You may want to write for a magazine, like I've written a few things for Forbes. Try something new to make yourself different. And not only sometimes is it being a little bit different that adds more value to what you do, it's more about being yourself, because sometimes we get in these roles that are so standardized or so interchangeable that we are incentivized to be the same. We are incentivized to be plain. We don't even allow ourselves to express our own character. So by being more of yourself, that is a way to build yourself up for the breakup. That is also a way to make your current job better. And for the third tip on how to get yourself into a new career in this new year, we will bring that up right after this message.
The time is now to refresh your career. We help doctors, lawyers, executives, and VIPs refresh and restart. Dr. Jarrett's coaching helps you build confidence, gain more credibility, develop more leadership skills, and gain clarity in your career path. Want to climb the executive ladder or branch out on your own? We'll put your career in overdrive. Visit drjarrett.com and sign up for your free strategy session.
I know you guys hear commercials. You guys might even fast forward through them, but I'm serious, because I'm not going to be able to continue to do strategy sessions for free for much longer. So seriously, time with Dr. Jarrett, or go to drjarrett.com, check it out, sign up, and let's get a strategy for you to change your life right now. And in fact, before you do that, take tip number 3, because if you bring this list to me during your strategy session, it will be extremely fruitful. This is one of my favorite things to do. Just like Santa, make that list and check it twice. Yeah, let alone how long do you say Merry Christmas after Christmas? But okay, that's another whole question on Twitter. But I do want to know, how long do you say Happy New Year's? Just say 14 days. Dr. Jarrett, 14 days, hashtag license to live. But take a list, check it twice, write down all the things that you like to do, all the things you don't like to do, and take some time to eliminate the negativity in your job. And if this is a part of your redistribution exercise from the first tip, go ahead and make it happen. Take that don't like list and start handing things off to this. I don't want to be program director anymore. I don't want to be dean anymore. I don't want to be a clinician anymore. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is on that list, write it down so that you know what it is, because this is the trap that happens to people. People think that it is simply a matter of changing location, getting a new setting, getting a new idea. But if you're not careful about that, you're going to end up in the exact same spot that you are now, unhappy and disenfranchised and whatever else you're feeling right now, because you're walking right into another job doing the similar or exact same thing in another place. And it's not the place, folks. It's not always the place. Now, some places have a really bad culture or a really negative draw on you. But if you just think that I'm just going to paycheck hop from one place to another, change the town that I live in, change the hospital system I work for, change the law practice I go to. No, if you are not paying attention to the actual things that you like and dislike in your job, you are not going to know what to tell them during those negotiations to get that new job. These are the things that I like to do. These are the things that I'm good at. This is what I can really bring to your institution as far as value. And if you're not doing that, then you are missing the boat. You are simply going to set yourself up for another 6 months, year, 3 years. And you're like, how did I get here again? This is the exact same thing, except I have a different street address. I live in a different state or town or county or parish or borough or wherever it is. And I don't want to see you guys doing that. So hang on to the positivity. It's that positivity that will help you find what should be next on your career. Whether you just want a little tweak in your career, maybe for a little more money, a little more responsibility, or you want to try something completely different than maybe you were even trained for. It doesn't matter. It is up to you. So fire starters, stop trying to walk through closed doors. I said, stop trying to walk through closed doors. Be still, be calm, be listening. Pray about it. Think about it. Because guess what? There will be doors that are opening, but if you are focused on the closed ones, you don't see the open ones. Remember, fire starters. If you or anyone you know has been dissed in their career, please invite them along this journey. Simply go to your favorite podcast player and hit subscribe so that you stay most up to date on career changes and life challenges. That's what we're all about on this show. So thank you for listening. Tell a friend about it. We want to spread this message far and wide, and we keep growing and growing and growing. And it's all because of you. So I thank you, and I will see you guys next time.
No matter how disheartening the moment of accusation sounds, how deep the pain of immobilization stabs, or how bleak your future looks, no one can take away your license to live. Keep Dr. Jarrett's expertise handy and unlock your future. Go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or another podcast player and subscribe right now to Licensed to Live. See you next time.